Welcome to this guide on integrating Hubler with external systems via API and configuring responses for various operations. To integrate Hubler with an FTP server, you'll need to perform the following steps. Start by identifying the endpoint URL you want to integrate with. This URL will direct Hubler to the FTP server where you'll be conducting operations. Start by identifying the endpoint URL you want to integrate with. This URL will direct Hubler to the FTP server where you'll be conducting operations. Choose the HTTP method you need for the integration. The common methods include post, get, put, patch, and delete, depending on the operation you want to perform. Define any query parameters required by the API. These parameters can include authorization keys, specific search terms, or other criteria defined by the FTP server's API documentation. Depending on the FTP server's requirements, you must set up the appropriate authorization. Hubler supports several authorization types. Define the headers as per your API documentation. This may include content type, authorization tokens, and other required information. The request body contains the data sent to the FTP server. The format and structure of this data will depend on your API documentation and the type of operation, e.g., creating or updating a record. In some cases, you may need to execute a pre-request script to obtain tokens or other data required for the main API call. This step is typically necessary when dealing with dynamic authorization. Configure how Hubler handles the response from the FTP server. This involves setting up response fields to capture key information, defining static or dynamic response values, and ensuring correct handling of success and failure responses. By following the API documentation and configuring the integration settings in Hubler, you can effectively interact with an FTP server, executing various actions and managing files and directories remotely. Thank you for watching.